Come on, there's gotta be some operation going on. Come on. Okay. Basic map. Fine. Okay. Guess we're going back to the Western Front.
This infernal bombardment. The noise, the smoke. The most tremendous cannonade I've ever heard. Swept round us in a wide curve of red leaping flame, quite unending in either direction.
It's a whole new type of warfare, boys. Gotta be careful.
Yep. Calling them stormtroopers. Jerry's best. Got orders to leave their trenches and charge right into us.
Come on, concentrate on your bayonet. Imagine it piercing the hearts of the Hun. Every last one of them.
Okay then. Okay, I guess no Gallipoli today. Which kind of stinks. That would have been interesting to go through. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Join me, everyone. Load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Come on, load the game up. Oh, I could have taken the opportunity to explain what this one is. This is set in the late spring of 1918.
The German attack is imminent. Here are your orders.
Here we go.
The blue line trenches must be held. If we get overrun, we will fall back to Venture Farm over here. If we can't make a stand at this position, we will retreat to the village of Traversy. Should they break through, we must stop them by the mills, or nothing stands between the Germans and the city of Amiens.
Okay. Alright. Oh. Oh, hey, Otter. Hello. Well, yes, I'll give those cherries what for. Or at least try to. Okay. Oh, bugger, they've already gotten through our first line. Come on! Come on! Come on, you... Come on, you bloody... people! Come on! Come on! Oh, don't be shy. Oh, there you are! Cheeky bugger, ain't you? Riding on horseback? Damn it!
We have lost objective apples.
Oh, bloody hell! We cannot lose this position, lads! Oh, bugger, they have an armored vehicle. Oh, wait. I have anti-armored stuff. Say hello to this! Haha! Take that! Take that! Oh, damn! They seem to have knocked me out. Yeah. But yeah, well, I figured this time I'd dress up a little, you know. Try not to look so, unkempt. Oh, back to this. Oh, I didn't mean to climb over. Oops. Where are you? Ooh, there you are. Haha! I got you again. Damn it! Ran out my long range stuff. Oh, bugger! You cheeky little. Come on, lads! We cannot lose this position. Okay. Here we go. Maybe I'll do better if I have something that's not so clunky in my arms. Come on! Okay, come on now! Come on, lads, we can do this! Yes! Recapture the objective! Drive them out of... Oh, damn!
We are losing objective butter.
Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, different war. Funny thing, Otter, I just tried to start a operation and that does involve beaches, but sadly no one was playing it tonight, so I had to switch with... Oh damn, we just got knocked
We've
out.
lost the sector.
Okay. Oh, what the hell? Tally-ho! Tally-ho! But yeah, I did try to play the operation based on the Gallipoli battle just now, but sadly no one was playing that, but that one would have been us trying to storm the beaches. Of course, that one was no D-Day. That was basically if D-Day went horribly wrong. Okay. This.
Losing objective apples.
Oh, how dare you! You cheeky buggers! Oh, damn! Some warhorse you were! Damn, damn, damn. Might want to take a little sip. Seem to be getting a little hoarse. Pardon the pun. Okay. Alright. Yep. You cannot pass! Damn it! The church is closed! Go away! Ha-ha! Yes, got two of you! Ha-ha! Ooh. Oh, you buggers. Oh, damn.
We are losing objective butter.
Damn, damn, damn. Okay.
We have lost objective butter.
Oh. Damn it, we're being overrun.
We have lost the
I'll
sector.
ignore the spam, Otter. I've had this show up the last couple times I've tried streaming. Okay. Okay. Come on, bomb them! Bomb them to smithereens! Take out that bloody tank! Yep. Oh yeah, especially for us little guys just starting out here on Twitch.
We
Yep.
have lost objective Charlie.
Oh, come on! How are we getting our asses kicked this easily? Come on, bomb them! Bomb them to smithereens! Okay, we've taken the objective, but we need to stop them! Damn. Well, while I'm waiting to make another run, you ever played Battlefield 1, Otter? Just curious. Can't shoot with shit in that high up position.
Return to the combat area.
Oh, of course we were over the... Okay, looks like I'm about to respawn. Okay. Okay. Yes, get me in the bloody tank. Oh yeah, this is the one. Oh yeah, I've only actually played 2 Battlefield games. I played this one, which I do really like, and Battlefield 5, which it's very disappointing considering it was the follow-up to this one. It's very mediocre. I wouldn't say it's a bad game, but this one was definitely solid A game for me. Battlefield 5, that one's more of a C-grade game. Again, not bad, but such a downgrade. Which is so disappointing because I actually really want to see World War II FPSs come back. Because those are the FPSs I like to play. And we just don't get many of them now. Okay. Okay, you repaired the bloody tank, now get going! Oh, the teams are in balance? No shit. Yeah. I'm actually amazed at how good this particular Battlefield ended up being. Because when I first heard that a big FPS military shooter series was going to go World War I was incredulous. I was like, how the hell are you going to make a dynamic game out of World War I, considering how many times in that war it was pretty much static warfare. But then, oh, come on, give me that shot! Ah, damn. But then I ended up being impressed with what they did. They were smart about it in that they did find certain battles and certain theaters where you could have something approaching dynamic movement. Granted, by default that means a lot of these maps are set at late in the war. Come on. Oh no you don't. You are not gonna go tally-hoing today on that horse.
We are losing objective apples.
Oh, bugger. Come on. Here, I'll take a little... Yeah, now here's something that is a funny anachronism here. This is technically a real World War I tank, but it was a German tank. And only about 20 were made. But hey, stuff like that I can forgive in a game like this because it's at least something that did exist at the time. And there were a couple of them that were captured by the British. Yep. Okay, if you're not going to give me in the action... Oh, gas! Gas!
We are losing objective apples.
Whew. Almost got me there. Yeah. Well, and it's appropriate to... Hey, Haley! Hey, Haley! How are ya? Well, as you can see, we are desperately trying to hold on against the Germans. Okay. Come on!
We are losing objective apples.
Come on! Come on! Try to outflank us, huh? You bloody things.
Attackers remain.
Oh, bugger.
Take an objective butter.
Yeah. Oh, oh, I can relate to that, Hallie. Or Haley, sorry.
We have
That's
lost
me on
objective
Wednesdays. Yep. Yeah, I almost always work on Wednesdays, and the scheduling I have on Wednesdays, I almost always work till 10. So I know what it's like to have a bit of a late dinner on those days. And Saturdays I usually work till 9:30, and that's also a late dinner day. Yes. Well, I don't know. Oh, come on! Ah! Oh, that's always good. Oh, that's always good, Hallie. Right. Haley. Haley. I'll get that right someday. Bugger, I got killed again. Yeah, it's always good to have a good shift. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like I told you that one time on Discord, I used to work shifts like that. Granted, I was never an official key holder, but yeah. Oh, come on, we've almost got this. Come on. Oh, no, you don't. No, you bloody well don't.
We have taken objective butter.
Although, Haley, which, depending on whether or not you've seen those movies, would you consider yourself a keymaster or a gatekeeper?
Yes, man. You won. That's the spirit and determination that made Britain great. But they will come again. So keep those rifles at the ready and the spirit of Blighty in your hearts.
Oh, that takes me back. I saw that film in the theater when I was a kid. Assuming you're talking about the Lohan version. Oh, bugger. They're about to go Led Zeppelin on us. Yep. Okay. Oh, bugger. We might be in trouble. I mean, Those things are surprisingly hard to take out. Oh, fucker. Yep. Yeah. Well, and... yeah. But yeah, I forgot to properly set up what this particular thing is. I mean, I do have this particular stream under the history tagline, so might as well throw some education in. But yeah, this is set in the spring of 1918 on the Western Front.
Take an objective, Charlie.
Oh, no you don't. Ha ha! Nice try, you bugger. Come on. Come on, you. Oh, you. But yeah, this is obviously loosely based on... well, if you notice, we do have planes, Otter. But like I said, these things are surprisingly hard to take out. But then again, and that does make sense. I mean, let's see. See, I'm hitting it and it's still going. Okay. Oh, no you don't. Bugger off. There will be no 70s rock here. But yeah, so this is spring of 1918, and this is based on the actual battle when the Germans, in a last-ditch effort to win the war. Well, first some context. At this point, Russia had just had its revolution where they overthrew the Tsar, and then they had the Bolshevik coup where the communists took over. So Russia is effectively out of the war, and that frees up hundreds of thousands of German soldiers to fight on the Western Front. And while we did declare war in early 1917, you have to keep in mind, we didn't have a massive army ready to go to center France. That took time. And so the Germans, it's determined in early 1918, will launch a last major offensive on the Western Front and try to defeat the British and French, basically the main goal was kick the British Army's ass, force them to sue for peace, and then the French would have to surrender because they, by this point, had mostly been leaning on the British Army to carry the burden of the fighting because they had already been bled white by this point. And we did have, and there were millions of American soldiers in France at this time, but the thing is, very few of them were trained, let alone had combat experience. And also, the American commander was insistent that the American units only serve in a full American army. And that would take time to organize because it's not just training, you also have to make sure you have the proper logistics so everyone has their supplies, their weapons, their food, blankets, what have you. So the Germans felt if we can have one great shock attack, we could possibly win the war at the last minute so that the Americans will prove to be a non-factor in this war. And that's what this is basically based around. Haha! There you go, Otter! We blew it up! Haha!
We have lost the
Oh,
sector.
damn it! Okay, we blew up the Zeppelin, but we still lost the area. Yep. I'm a little mad that it got all foggy all of a sudden, Otter, because it is spectacular seeing those and blow up and crash to the ground. They do go full on Hindenburg. Oh hey, Lostastic. Well, you just missed it. We just literally blew up a Zeppelin. Screw this, I'm gonna redeploy. It's too foggy to be effective here. Come on. Okay, they're bringing armored units up. Here, let's try something that's not quite so, let's try something that's not quite so, flimsy. Okay, Okay.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
There we go. Shotgun. Okay. Well, Lostastic, in a nutshell, my team's getting their ass kicked. Yep. Basically, we're suffering the receiving. We're basically suffering from being on the receiving end of a blitzkrieg circa 1918. Okay.
We are losing objective apples.
Well, that's good. Hope you enjoyed your dinner. What? Wait, hold on a second.
We have lost objective butter.
Oh yeah. Yeah, how was that chili, by the way? Come on.
Forces are gone.
Come on. We can hold them. Okay. Man the artillery! Oh, bugger off. Oh. Damn it. Well, that's good. But, I mean, I'm basically the same way with my stroganoff. But the thing is, stroganoff's basically the only thing I really know how to cook. I mean, I say I can do fried chicken, but the fried chicken I do is stuff that's already, like, pre-cooked frozen stuff. And, well, I don't think being able to make mac and cheese should be a bragging right in terms of cooking. Yep. It's actually a little pitiful because both my parents have had quite a bit of experiences in restaurant kitchens when I was younger, especially my dad. He actually worked as a chef. So it's a little embarrassing that I'm not much of a cook, but hey, what are you gonna do?
We have taken objective apples.
Come on, we cannot let this fall! Okay. Alright. Direct fire! Ha ha! Oh, you bugger! Come on! Surely we can hold this last position! Like Otter said, do it for the children!
We are losing objective apples. We have lost.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right about that. And to be fair, they haven't, but they never really pressured me to learn how to do stuff. of in terms of culinary stuff. Plus, as I've said a few times on Cosmo's stream, I am what you would call a bit of a picky eater. Oh. You. Yep. There are things I would like to know how to cook someday if I ever had the time. Like, I'd like to make pizza someday. But... Oh, thanks for reviving me right in front of the people with machine guns. Okay, here we go. Let's go. Haha! Gotcha that time, didn't I? Thank you. Come on. Come on. We can still hold this. Come on. Oh, sorry. That was one of our planes. Yeah. But like I said, I would like to know how to make pizza sometime. But I know that it is labor intensive. I mean, yes, I could technically buy some frozen dough. But I know that a lot of you more culinary minded people would frown on that because that would technically be cheating. Plus, I'm a little wary about trying store brand tomato sauce because I've tried one type and it was not very good. I mean, my parents tried to make their own pizzas and to their credit, it wasn't terrible. It just was mainly because the sauce wasn't very good. It's that type of sauce that was a little too watery.
The enemy is being reinforced.
Okay. I think we're fucked. Okay.
Is available near your location.
Oh well. Well. Oh well. Well, to quote Independence Day, specifically that moment that I did do a couple TikToks of, yeah, I had to do it as two because this was annoyingly right before they allowed it to where you could do ones that are over a minute long. So that was fun, having to split that and only just a day later going, hey, you can do TikToks that are over a minute long now. But, yep. Anyway, to quote... Oh, no, you don't! Oh, you bleeder! Oh! Hello, Cosmo!
Let's go.
Of course you show up right as I kill a horse. Oh.
Come on.
Oh, no, you don't!
Over.
Oh, come on!
Run.
We are losing.
Come on, Saber, work! Oh, bugger. Yeah.
We have lost objective.
Yeah. That was pretty unfortunate timing. To be fair, I was trying to get the guy riding the horse, but someone had already taken him out. Yeah, you're right. We actually do have the whole gang here practically. Well,
We are losing.
I'll try to make this entertaining. Even though, once again, I'm on a side that's getting its ass kicked. Oh yes, quite a party.
Lost objective apples.
Can somebody take out the damn airship, please? Here. Haha! Come on. Come on.
We have taken
Damn it.
objective butter.
That's what sucks about this rocket launcher. I can't point it directly. There we go. I guess I could there since I had the wall as a brace. Come on. Come on! Haha! Oh, you.
We are losing
Come on!
objective butter.
You bloody tank! Oh, bugger. Yeah, I'm actually kind of shocked. Although, now it's making me wonder whether or not I should commit to Tuesdays. We'll have to see. Yeah, I know it's filled with hydrogen. Come on. Oh, come on, people, if we can blow this up. Come on, give Otter that big spectacular explosion. I believe in you. I believe in you. Come on. Oh, damn it, can't get a good shot. Come on. Haha! Come on. Damn it. Come on. It's gonna happen any minute. Come on. Come on. Come on. Give us the money shot. Come on. Come on. It's on its last legs. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Boom! There we go! Look at that. See, I told you, Otter. It's actually pretty cool when you take out the Zeppelins. Very spectacular. Yep. Yep, Cosmo, that is what they called Zeppelins. Now, in real World War I, they rarely used them in actual combat scenarios because, well, they were big, obvious targets that, as Otter pointed out, were filled with hydrogen. And hydrogen was very explosive. Yeah. But yeah, Zeppelins, that's one of those old-timey bits of... Oh, yeah, it was. I mean, I don't envy whoever was on that ship. Of course, it's easier when it's just in a game. Yeah, Otter's right. They were usually used at night. And for the most part, they tended to not be used in active wars, active, like, battlefield zones. Because they made very obvious targets, even at night, because, well, you could use searchlights. But that does lead to the unfortunate thing. They actually were used in large part to bomb cities, most notably London. I mean, it's the same thing they tried initially in World War II with the big bombers. Like, initially, we're trying to aim for military targets, like where they have army depots and all that. But again, these things didn't have much accuracy, so they ended up landing in areas that weren't military targets.
We have taken objective butter.
Yep. Okay. Please don't spawn me as a cavalryman. I don't think Cosmo can take it if I get taken out with the horse. Yeah. But yeah, and they were genuinely terrifying when they first appeared in the London sky. Because at first they didn't know how to take them out. They had... Oh, great. You saw what I was up to, huh? Okay, then. Oh. But yeah, so... Oh, when they first appeared in the London skies, how dare you! Indeed. Yeah. Granted, going prone, I've been guilty of it plenty of times in this. Yeah, and like how... Oh, it was. World War I was a dirty war. I mean, that's the thing. There was no real glory to be had in World War I. Okay. Haha! Take that! Well, Otter here can tell you, since he was here when we were a couple defensive lines back. You see how quickly all of this got devastated? Because this area here wasn't all torn to shit at first when this match started. And it was more like this. And yet, all of the... But that's another thing I do appreciate. Like Haley said, it does have great graphics, which is notable because this game is... I believe this game is going to turn 5 years old this year. And it still looks great. Okay, did we actually win? Yes! We won! Haha!
For the British and the Allied cause, for all sensible thinking people across the Empire. Your valiant hearts have shown us the true
I don't think that was so much of an easy win, Cosmo. You should have seen us about a half hour ago where we kept getting overrun.
Casualties, including many of its elite stormtroopers, without achieving the decisive victory it needed. The Allies had also
Hello, Cap.
so relied on the arriving US forces to conquer one last piece of hell.
Question is, what operation are they gonna start us with next? Yeah. Yep. It's actually interesting that I played a match that ended true to history. You know, no joke, Cap. I actually had a relative who was part of that operation in Grenada. No, serious story. He never liked to talk about it. He sadly passed away a couple years ago. Wow, that's amazing. A Lost-tastic. That's actually a pretty cool heirloom to have. Well, cool assuming that your grandfather survived. Otherwise, maybe not so cool. Yeah. He was in really bad health, though. He didn't take care of himself at all. Yeah, and what's worse is he actually literally died here Not in this room, but he was living with us at the time.
Tomorrow we'll be going over the top. Finally up against the Hun. So far it's felt too much
Well,
like
okay, you're right, Lost Testing.
Hillary, the planes?
Oh!
Damn it. Odds of us getting through this campaign gotta be about 25 to 1 against.
them devils ain't so tough. Us boys
I don't believe it, guys.
Easy.
We're about to do the operation you guys saw me play before. Or that other time.
Say just 4 minutes up against these fortified German lines and we look just like them. Yeah.
Yeah, I had some relatives who served in World War One too. One I didn't know. Well, technically served. Well, one almost served. He was just about to be sent overseas when the armistice happened. Talk about a lucky SOB. The other one, though, I only found this out in more recent years when we found his gravestone at the cemetery. I had a relative on my mom's side who did serve in World War One, and actually served in this particular operation we're about to play. Oh good, this time I'm not playing the Germans, I'm playing the good old Yanks.
Following this assault, we will continue our push towards this railway hub and capture it quickly. This will clear the way into the Argonne Forest.
Okay. Okay. Here, do. Come on, da. Okay, there we go. Aim for the pillbox! Aim for the pillbox! Haha! Come on, guys! Let's do it for Uncle Sam! Yeah. It's actually fitting that we're going from that last operation to this one, because this one is set not long after that operation we just played, where basically that big offensive I was telling you about earlier that the Germans tried to do, like, will knock out the British, and then the French will have to sue for peace, and the Americans won't be ready to fight us yet. It nearly succeeded, but at the last moment it ran out of steam, and the Americans, commander decided, okay, I'll make an exception and I'll send what few units I have that are trained to help plug holes in the lines. And they did that, and then once all that was settled, then came the big counterattack. That came in multiple waves, and one was specifically led by the American Army in France. And they were chosen to attack the Meuse-Argonne section, which is actually a very heavily forested region of France. Hope I'm not boring you guys too much with the history talk. But yeah, so... And again, like I was saying earlier, keep in mind, our army there hadn't really gotten the type of training that everyone else who had been fighting on the Western Front had. And, well, typically, the American army came in rather arrogantly, I mean, in that they felt they would fight the war their way. Which basically meant, when we went into battle, we fought like... yeah... Yep. But yeah, well, I try, Otter. I'm hoping to, at some point, when I get more traction on the channel, to actually... I do have an adapter for AV for my AV consoles. It was like AV HDMI adapter and hook that up to the capture card and see how that works. Because there are some older games I have that are historical that are. Huh! We've carried the position.
We have secured the sector.
Yeah. But yeah, I do actually have a nice little collection of older World War II games. Granted, they're all from that era where single-player campaigns were the priority because, well, servers and all that were at best first, second gen. But there are some really good ones that I love that I would love to stream someday. Hey, once I get more of an audience here. But in the meantime, I'll stick with these. But yeah. Okay. But yeah, back to story time. So yeah, the American Army came in on the Western Front, World War I, basically with the attitude of we're gonna fight the war our way, which basically meant they fought it like it was the Civil War. They basically used the tactics of the Civil War, like the whole let's just rush them in big masses of men and all that. And like in the Civil War, it didn't end so well. Except it actually ended worse because in the Civil War,
We are losing objective.
or you still I've played a couple of those, Otter, both World War II themed. I mean, there is an aviation specific mode in this game, but that one is such a crapshoot in terms of if people are actually playing it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even imagine, Cap. I don't know what to say because I could never understand what that's like. I can only have an abstract concept of what that's like from like learning about it through documentaries and stuff like that. But yeah, so the American Army in World War I's like, we'll fight it like the Civil War. The problem was they're using late Civil War tactics in an era where now warfare includes machine guns, rapid fire artillery. You no longer have everyone carrying a rifle that only shoots one shot at a time. And you also have barbed wire everywhere. Not to mention, this war was one in which you had chemical warfare used all throughout it, practically. Yeah. You sure? Are you fine with me playing this? Are you fine with me still playing this Cap? I mean, I don't want to trigger any bad memories with this, even though it's set during a different war. Indeed, Otter. Indeed. Things have gotten serious here tonight. But you know what? That's history for you. It can be very... It can make you laugh, but it can also make you... Oh, I really do appreciate that, Cap. No, I really do. I mean... No joke. Before I met you guys and all that, I would have never had the cojones to think, yeah, I could stream. Yeah. Yeah. True. That's... Yeah. And I do... Oh, thank you for that, Cosmo. I mean, yeah, there are times I do get... There are times where I may not be the most cordial with you guys. It's because we do have different opinions on things, but I never mean malice toward you guys. And I really do hope you guys appreciate that. Damn it, you're gonna make me cry. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Here we are being all chill with each... I know, Cosmo, it's like in... I know, Cosmo, it's like that moment in The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, where Schroeder's playing the sad piano music and Snoopy's in his World War I A's outfit, and he starts to tear up. And there's that moment where he tries to regain his composure before he starts bawling by going, like, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry. No joke. Yep, there was one time on Discord with you guys where I was trying to find a GIF of that moment to like have a response to something you guys were saying about, oh, you're gonna make me all cry. You see, and I do appreciate that. I really appreciate that, guys, because there's just so many militant people I've come across. Yeah, of course. I mean, we all have we all have differences where. Damn it, Cosmo! You're trying to make me cry. That's not fair. Don't make me get out that Michael Myers mask again. I know Cap's still haunted by it. Okay, back to the game. Okay. Oh, of course I spawned in front of someone. Yeah, and that was me just wearing the mask. Imagine if I had the full if I had a full jumpsuit sort of thing on. Maybe I could do that for October. Oh. Wait. Hold on a second. Cosmo Duck. You guys don't want to see me in the pants Cosmo has. As if you're talking... Oh, I would never fight Cosmo, you guys. I thought you were talking about an amalgamation of me and Cosmo. You would not want to see me in the pants she wears. I've got a dump truck,
20 of our soldiers.
but it's not because I'm in good shape. Indeed, Cosmo. Haha. Yep. Okay, really, guys? We took one line. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Closest thing to something like ignore the bullshit spam, guys.
We are fighting not only for the freedom of Europe, but to defend your mothers, wives, and sisters back home. Let's go at them again.
Yeah.
We are being reinforced with
Exactly, Cap, exactly. Yeah. Oh! Damn it! No fair, you guys got the tanks before me. Yeah. I know Cosmo hasn't played that game, but if any of you... Hey, but here's the thing, Otter. It's on our side now. Oh, so maybe this will give us an edge. Okay, Cap. You think people would want to see this? Seriously? Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't joking when I said I had a Robin Williams thing going on. Maybe if I ever do that Austin Powers cosplay I joke to Cosmo about on her Insta. Of course, I'll have to wait. There's another costume thing that I have on my wish list that I want to save up for. Although, that's one where I want to. I mean, I could get it now, but I want to save up till like later this week when paycheck comes in. And because then with the paycheck I would have enough to get it and still have enough left over to where I still have more money than I had right now. And because there's this particular costume I have my eyes on, I mainly want to get it relatively as soon as I can because it's actually gone down in price from what it was before. And it's not a costume I do right away. It would probably be something I do more later down the road when I get... Okay, here we go. When I get 25 followers, assuming I get the costume by then, I'll do it. If you're wondering what it is, I'd have to get the costume and then I'd have to get the necessary well, then I'd have to also shape my head and get the necessary paint to cover my whole head with. Do you guys want to know what it is? Because again, official, 25 follower goal. 25 follower goal. Well, okay, you'll get this, Otter. I'm not sure if Cosmo will, because I don't think she's seen this film. Smokin'! It's party time. P-A-R-T. Why? Because I've gotta! Surely you got that reference, Otter. Yeah, and yes, Otter, it is the main suit version. Yeah, actually, maybe you guys can help me out with this, since I do have that as a goal now. Do you guys have a or? No shit. No shit, Cap. No shit. No shit, Cap and Otter. No shit. But yeah, maybe some of you guys who have done this, I know Cosmo, if she's still here, could probably help me with this. Is there any particular type of body, face paint that you'd recommend that I could, like any particular brand I could get to where I could cover my head, but wear like a hat on top and not have to worry too much about smearing? Yeah, well, mine would be kind of like that, Cosmo, except it would just be my whole head. Basically, from here on up, it would... Well, everyone else knows what it is, but from here on up, Cosmo, it would be green, like light green. Wait, was Cap being serious there? I thought he was trolling me. Oh. Damn. Yeah. Okay, Maron makeup body paint. Okay, thanks, Cosmo. Oh. Okay, good. It's actually... Okay, that's good. Actually, come to think of it, that paint you use for the well, what I laughingly call the Shrek Yoda combination, that actually is about the shade that would be going for. Or with the face. I mean, maybe a little lighter than that, but yep. Okay, screw it. I'll since everyone else seems to know what I was talking about. Yeah, since everyone else seems to know what I'm talking about. Cosmo, have you ever seen the movie The Mask? Damn it. At least I got you with the BAR. That's right, I am using a weapon right now that was in both World Wars. Granted, in the First World War, it saw very limited service because he got deployed to the front like a month, 2 months before the fighting ended. Okay, guys. I'll be here. Getting my ass handed to me again. Well, that last operation we did win, but that was a close one. Yeah. Yeah. Here. I'll spawn back here. Surely Otter and Cap Yeah. Surely Otter and Cap recognize what I'm packing here. A little bit of OG 30-06 automatic. Yep. Yep, decided to go with the Clyde Barrow option. Which actually is appropriate given how I'm kind of dressed like someone from back then. Oh, how dare you! Damn it, we are getting our asses handed to us. Yep. Come on. Great, guys. We only have one attack left. This isn't even the only map in this operation. We're gonna lose. So much for President Wilson getting to dictate terms during the peace talks.
We are being reinforced with an airship.
Please let the power of Led Zeppelin help us. Well, not just the trees, Otter. You have to keep in mind all the underbrush right underneath the trees. Yep. Come on, guys, can we get our shit together? I mean, I have an excuse in that I'm just talking to a chat. But what I know, maybe all these other people are streaming too. And the medic who was gonna save me died. Yeah. By the way, is the audio good here? Because I realized when I did that Mafia stream, last time I did a proper stream, I got a weird echoey sort of sound. You're not hearing that, are you? In terms of the sound from the game. I don't mean from the mic, I mean from the game itself. Okay, that's good. Because I know in that Mafia game I was streaming last time, during the cutscenes there was a weird sort of tinny, echoey sound, and that really did bug me when I went back and heard it, because I was having these on. Actually, come to think of it, I think my problem was I had these hooked into the mic. That was not fun. Instead, I just have it hooked to the controller here. Yeah, hooking these to the mic was a mistake. Made these painfully sensitive to all the sound around me. Ugh. Let's just say whenever the AC came on, it made my ears hurt quite a bit. You know, By the way, Otter, when you officially followed me earlier, I was focusing on something else. Did it activate the alert? Because I do have alerts for the Streamlabs I'm using. I just didn't notice it just now. I know that the text box is working because I've seen your guys' text pop up on the actual stream. Even though I'm mainly looking at the text through... Yeah, indeed, Cap. Indeed. Oh, damn it! I don't know why, but I want to blame Otter for that. Because he wanted to see explosions. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing, Otter. My Streamlabs is telling me you're following me, but I'm not sure if the actual alert showed up on the stream. But it should have, because I do have some alerts set up through Streamlabs here. And yes, they're pretty much all Back to the Future themed. What can I say? Hey, gotta let my nerd flag fly. Okay, that's annoying. It should have. Here, I'll show you what should have happened. This is what should have shown up on the screen. See? That should have shown up when you followed. Great. More glitch. More technical stuff to deal with. But hey, at least camera looks good. I'm not cutting out. I sound good. Alerts not working are actually not that bad in the grand scheme of things. At least the chat box is working, and you guys saw that it was popping up. Like I said with that announcement I did the other week when I got this set up finalized. At least I have something that looks somewhat professional now. Yeah, I hate to say it, Cap. I think Freedom's gonna lose today. Because we are getting our asses handed to us. Granted, this is a good facsimile of what the first few days of the Muzargon offensive would have been like. Where we didn't make much ground at all. Because, again, we were fighting like it was the Civil War. Just going, yeah, we'll just charge in. Yeah. Well, I'm talking about freedom in the game, Cap. I'm obviously not talking about IRL freedom. Because IRL freedom's worth celebrating. I mean, I don't know if any of you follow me on TikTok. I know a couple of you follow me on TikTok, but I don't know if anyone who's here does. I did do a nice little patriotic thing on the 4th of July. In the only way I knew how, basically doing a little Schoolhouse Rock tribute. Because, hey, Schoolhouse Rock was probably one of my earliest introductions to history. Which is a little awkward given how some of those history ones haven't aged terribly well. But yeah, I did a couple of ones that were based around the fireworks song. You know, the whole, ooh, there's gonna be fireworks on the 4th of July. And those were fun to do. Now, I also did a couple others for the 4th of July that weren't so much based on the holiday, but were more based on the fact that the movie Independence Day turned 25 around the 4th of July this year. And I really love that movie. Sequel's god awful, but that film bombed. It's already been forgotten by most people, and we're better off for it. Okay. Damn it. Ah, shit. Damn, guys. Damn. Maybe third time will be a charm. Maybe the next one will actually do well throughout it. It won't be we only win at the last minute, or we get our asses kicked throughout it. Maybe the next one will be that golden third one. And that would be fitting since Cosmo's been here tonight because, well, 3 is her favorite number. And I mentioned Schoolhouse Rock, well, that is what they always taught us. 3 is a magic number. Pardon me. And no, it's not alcohol. There we go. We're about to lose, but at least I got another kill in. Come on. Oh, damn it.
We lost. It's over. There's no good way of saying it. I'm guessing that the haste with which we launched our
yeah, that's the... Well, technically honored by this point in the war there was, but not so much for the Americans, because we really didn't know what we were doing. We basically, the British and French tried to warn us what was waiting for us on the Western Front, and we arrogantly went, well, what good are the tactics you're using? You've been in deadlock for years. Like I said, we arrogantly decided we can just fight the way we did back in the 19th century. Just charge with the bayonet at the enemy, and we got shot to pieces. We only won in the Meuse-Argonne because, well, the Germans were on their last legs. They were running out of supplies, they were running out of food, and we just kept coming. We basically used brute force to get through the Meuse-Argonne. Yep, major defeat. Sad day for freedom. Now, maybe the next one we play... Oh, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, cavalry. I mean, we did use some tanks, but they were tanks that we basically borrowed from the French. We had no real tanks of our own. In fact, a lot of our artillery wasn't even our own artillery. A lot of our artillery we borrowed from the French. And our rifles, yes, we had the 1903 Springfield, but we actually didn't have enough of them to arm all the soldiers we had in France. So we actually contracted the British to make a rifle for us. True story. Yeah, the 1903 Springfield served in World War I, but it actually was not the main rifle that most Americans used. Most Americans used, I believe it was called the 1917 Enfield. Oh, going more exotic now. Oh, we're playing as the Ottomans this time, it seems.
Nimetiyle de nicedir.
Yes, oil.
Kara altın ki devletleri kılar imparatorluk. Adem evladında canavar.
Yep, we're gonna be fighting in the Middle East now.
Bu topraklardan petrol fışkırma.
And as the Ottomans,
Sur çölde bir
this will be interesting.
olacaktır buralarda.
But yeah, Otter, the dedicated air support, really, that only happened in late. No, the M1 Garand was World War II. Because the M1 Garand was created in the 1930s. World War I, like I said, we had the 1903 Springfield, but there weren't enough. But we didn't have the industrial capability to. Yeah, I thought it was the 30s, but I could be wrong. I do know that right at the end of World War II is when the BAR was created, and some did see action, but they were put into action within the last 2 months of the war.
We shall meet them head on at this.
We are fighting against the British.
We will complete a fighting withdrawal to our second line of defense in the Sunbada
Strategy time.
Finally, we will fall back to our key defensive position, the fortress of Fao. As long as its walls remain standing, the British quest for oil will perish in the sand.
Okay. Little anachronistic, I'm carrying a BAR, but hey, what you gonna do? Damn it. Yeah, actually this operation, and, oh, well, good night, Lostastic. I hope you have a good night too, and I do appreciate you guys coming in. But yeah, Otter, this is actually no joke. I consider this the most epic operation that is available in Battlefield 1. And it's actually one that when I play it, I actually prefer to lose the first map here. Because, like I said, it's arguably the most epic one because this map is set in the what we would now know as the Persian Gulf. And even though there's anachronisms abound in terms of all the weaponry, all the automatic weaponry here and all that, even though it did exist back then, it wasn't as common as we see here. This is set loosely based on an actual battle where the British invaded the Persian Gulf to basically seize control of oil fields that were within the Ottoman Empire.
We have lost objective butter.
Bloody British.
We have lost the sector.
Oh, come on! Okay, we need to defend! But yeah, now there is one weapon that was created right after World War I ended that was supposed to have been used in World War I, but by the time it was actually ready, the war had ended because it wasn't ready until 1919. And that was the Thompson submachine gun. Yeah, the Tommy gun. It was actually invented to be used on the battlefront in World War I. The idea was Thompson, the guy who created it, dubbed it a trench broom. Literally, you'd go in the trench and you would use it to clear it out. But the war ended right before he could get functioning ones ready. Yeah. And he was out of luck for a time because, well, he had spent quite a bit of money developing it, and by the time he had the... Yeah, I think what you were looking at might have been the 1917 Enfield cap. That's the one that actually was given to most American soldiers. It was on the Western Front because our industry wasn't prepared at all for us entering World War I. We weren't prepared at all for that. And we basically had to lean on the British to produce some rifles for us. And the British, they basically took the ammunition we were using, but made a rifle that was similar to the Enfield. And that ended up being the main rifle that most American soldiers on the Western Front used. But yeah, so Thompson himself,
we have lost objective butter.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I think it was chambered for the 303. Yeah, actually, you're right. It was 303 chambered. It was basically an Enfield, but for American soldiers. As you know, it was expedient to just use the to just make a rifle firing ammunition that British factories were already used to making. The only difference is, I think the 1917 Enfield I'm talking about wasn't a 10-shot holder like the main Enfield. And we're being pushed back. But like I said, Otter, this is one where I'm actually okay not winning the first map, because it is an epic one on this particular operation. Yeah. But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, exactly.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
So, yeah. Well, hey, that's the route the British went in World War II for their machine guns. Because, well, that meant they could use captured German ammunition and for their machine guns. And I'm choking to death on gas. Don't want that. Okay. Here, artillery. Say hello. Hey, stop dodging. Hey, stop dodging. Okay.
We are losing objective butter.
Come on. Oh, great. We're about to be bombed. But yeah. Oh no, wait, that was ours. Oops. But yeah, like I was saying, Otter, about the Thompson, the guy who created it, he...
We lost. The British, not satisfied with conquering half the world, have taken these lands from us. But this curse is also a blessing, for now we can join our brothers to attack the Suez Canal.
Some time after the British secured the oil fields in the Persian Gulf, the Ottomans launched an audacious attack on the Suez Canal, the key to maintaining British dominance in the world.
Yeah. See, this is, like I said, probably the most epic operation there is in Battlefield 1, because you have that one, and then you have this second map, which is trying to seize the Suez Canal. And there is a third map after this one. That last one we played, where we were Americans, there's only 2 maps on this one, but this one has 3 maps.
Sevgili abicim, dün Süveyş kanalına bir taarruzda bulundum. Lakin İngiliz İmparatorluğu'nun bu damarını henüz kesip atamadı. Onların taarruzunu beklemeliyiz. Emperyal canavar henüz uyanmadı. Bu danalar çölü geçebileceğimize ihtimal vermedi. Yarın inşallah.
And Cap probably, Cap and Otter probably already know this, but this also is based on a real battle that happened. Of course, it was a lot more one-sided than we're gonna see here. Mainly because the Ottomans, what they did was audacious and did stun the British. They sent an army entirely across the Sinai Desert to attack the canal, and the British thought that no one could be able to do that. The problem was the army, in order to do it, they traveled very lightly. They didn't bring a lot of heavy guns with them.
The foothold by the Suez Canal, blocking the bloodline of the British.
And also, there weren't a lot of them. There was only, I think, less than 20,000 of them who actually attacked the canal. And that wasn't a large enough force to actually seize and hope to hold the Suez Canal.
On Hill 50 and defend it to the last man. As long as our guns can remain on that hill, we will grind the British down and force them to abandon the canal.
Okay. We have armored train on our side. Goody.
We are losing objective Butter.
Here we go! There'll be no Lawrence of Arabia to save him today. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Oh yeah, there were many battles in the Middle East in World War I. Oh, hello, tall ship. Yep. Hello, tall ship. It's nice to see ya. And tall ship is right. Basically, they only sent the force they ended up using to attack only ended up being large enough to get the British to react, but not really to threaten them. Because the British, once they realized, oh my god, we have an army about to attack the canal. Oh wait, it's not much of an army. Okay, we can fortify the hell out of it, have naval ships in the canal, I'll get as many guns as we can in the region, and we'll just paste them. And they did. Yeah. Oh yeah, and Otter, it makes sense that they would try to take the Suez Canal because indeed, tall ship. But yeah, basically, the Suez Canal, the British needed it for their international trade in order to keep their empire going. Because while there were other routes they could take from, say, Britain to, say, India, they were very long, treacherous routes. Like, they could have either gone around Africa, but the waters at the tip of Africa are among the dangerous ones to navigate in the world. Or they could have gone the really long way, which would have entailed... Oh, damn it. Or they could have gone the really long way, which would have entailed going around South America, across the Pacific, through what's now Indonesia, and then to India. Neither... Oh yeah, I mean, we saw not too long ago just how important that canal still is. And it was even more so back then because, again, remember, back then, aviation... Well, if it were a few hundred years before this war, Cap, you'd be right. But yeah, because even though aviation existed in this war, you have to keep in mind, this is basically first-generation aircraft. there was nothing like cargo planes or anything like that back then. And pretty much everything had to be shipped on boats across oceans. Although, to be honest, the Ottomans were kind of being made to be puppets of the Germans, because the Germans, their alliance with the Ottoman Empire was a very cynically minded one, because they thought if we get the Ottoman Empire on our side, ah yes, the 1930s, everyone. We could go from New York to Los Angeles and it'll only take about a few days. Yep. But yeah, so... Come on. There you go. Shit! Okay. There. There. Yes, I am damaging the tank this way. Just bash that tank in.
We are losing objective apples.
Oh dear. Granted, we've taken about half of their attack force almost away. That's good. Yeah.
We have lost objective apples.
Oh great, they blew up our train. Lovely. Oh no, wait, they haven't blown it up yet. It's just making noise for no reason. Yep, see, there's our poor armored train getting blown to bits. And you know what's the worst thing about that? That was Thomas's grandfather. Okay. Got a little bit of a sound glitch there. The train whistle should not have been going that far, much longer after it blew up. Oh well. Haha. Yeah. But like I was saying, Otter, basically the Ottoman Empire, the Germans' plan with allying themselves with the Ottoman Empire was basically the same. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it is complicated as hell how World War I happened, Tallship. It really is. I mean, that's one of many key differences between it and World War II. There really was no Hitler or Imperial Japan in World War II. There was no obvious bad guy trying to ruin it for everyone. Back then. People couldn't make sense of it. The very leaders of those countries couldn't make sense of the war breaking out when it did. Because they thought the whole alliance system they had would prevent a big war, basically assuming that if a small nation caused trouble for a bigger nation, and there'd be some sort of settlement, because the small nation clearly would not want to fight a bigger nation, or a bigger nation would not want to come to the rescue of a smaller nation being attacked for fear of escalating a war. But that's exactly what happened. But yeah, back to what I was saying, Otter. Basically, the German plan with allying with the Ottoman Empire was, we'll basically sick them on the British, have them harass the British Empire, and that will force the British to not focus as much on fighting on the Western Front. And, well, it was a strategy that did yield some spectacular victories at first, but the problem was the Ottoman Empire just didn't have the strength to actually fight the British Empire in a successful way. Because the Ottoman Empire was on its last legs by the time World War I began. Yeah. Well, thanks, Otter. I try. And I died again. I tried and I died.
We are losing objective butter.
Yeah.
20 attackers remain.
Okay, at least we're holding good here. Oh. Yeah. And of course, that plan of the Germans in allying with the Ottoman Empire didn't work, because the British still put first priority for the most part on the Western Front. Mainly because after Gallipoli, which someday I'll be able to stream that operation, after that one, they really kind of gave up on the whole trying to go directly at the Ottoman Empire in a big, dramatic, decisive way, and instead settled for, okay, we'll use regional armies to sort of peck at the Ottoman Empire and have that, and at the same time do behind.
The enemy is being reinforced with an armored
train. Good. Oh, well, thank you, Cap. Man, gotta put that education to some use. Problem is, there are certain subjects that I am very well familiar with that there just aren't games for, or at least good games. I mean, there are a couple of Civil War games, but I've played them and they are awful. Sad thing is, they were games that were sponsored by the History Channel. And that does sadden me, because I do think that a Civil War game could work. Space opera. Damn it. Yeah. Yep. Plus, once the British got their economies fully going and got their industry fully going and were able to... Indeed, Cosmo. Indeed. Welcome back, Cosmo.
We have lost objective butter.
Yeah. I hope I didn't lose you with all the history stuff, Cosmo. I mean,
we have lost the sector.
Wow. That had to have been interesting. Because that guy probably saw some serious shit. Cap, I am so tempted to say what you just posted in a Batman voice just now, but the thing is, lurking is Batman's MO, so the joke wouldn't work. But I could paraphrase that second part with a Batman voice. Okay. I don't watch many streams. Respect, Cap.
Losing objective butter.
Batman is my favorite superhero. But the irony is, one of the most iconic versions of him is actually a version I'm not a big fan of. It's a film I like, I just don't like the way it portrays Batman, and that's the '89 film. If you like it, that's fine. I never was a big fan of Keaton in that film, but I love everything else about that film. I don't know how we got to Batman. We were doing history stuff. Although there is a connection. Batman was created right around the time World War II broke out. And a lot of the earlier stories with Batman did involve him dealing with, like, Axis spies and all that. And there was actually some pushback against DC at first for having stories like that with Batman.
We are losing objective butter.
Here's the thing, Cap. I don't hate Batman and Robin. It's a bad film, don't get me wrong.
We have lost objective
But it's the epitome of a bad film I can have fun with. You know, I almost want to run into my room and get my Batman mask right now, but that might be a little much.
We have lost the sector.
No, that's the thing, Tallship. I do like that film. I just don't like Keaton's portrayal. Everything else about that film I love. I've actually rather liked Kim Basinger in that film. I actually went to a screening of it a couple of years ago, and I was amazed, like, Kim Basinger is actually a really good character in this movie. As a kid, for some reason I thought she was just some panicky woman in trouble, and it's like, as an adult, it's like, no, she actually is a good character. Bad top flex. Okay. Alright, I'll try to amalgamate the two. Marty, you gotta come back with me. Back to the future. But yeah, I do like her in it. I absolutely loved Nicholson's Joker in that film. He's really, at least for me, he's the main draw of that film to me. I see him more as the star of that film. Oh, because he nailed it as the Joker. Of course, I might be a little biased because, well, those of you who were here for movie night with Alien, you saw how when I'm in cosplay as the Joker, I by default look like Nicholson, so I might be a little biased towards him. Yeah, if nothing else, Cosmo, I knew you'd love it because the kitty lived.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
Yeah, and I love the production design of the '89 film, and I especially love Danny Elfman's score in it. just here's some. That's just the thing with Batman. I'm one of those who's. Oh yeah, she did. But let's be honest, Otter. Clearly, she would. I mean, not only does a cat live, but also a character who she would find cute lived. Oh, damn it. Okay, how pitiful is that? I was taken out by a lance.
We've lost objective apples.
Yeah. Come on, people. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Keaton is literally the only thing I don't like about the '89 film. And it's just a personal preference thing with me in terms of Batman. I just never really bought him as Bruce Wayne personally. To me, he always seemed like someone who just became a billionaire rather than someone who grew up in a wealthy family, with how awkward he was about where he lived and all that. And he didn't really seem to have the sort of demeanor of, oh, billionaire playboy for a public persona. And yes, I'm one of those who's very much, and yeah, I've always wondered that. If I were a casting agent at Warner Brothers when that happened, I would have been like, surely you're kidding, Tim. Surely you meant we should cast Keaton as the Joker. Because I've always wondered that, because Keaton, let's face it, he could have been a good Joker too. I love Nicholson. He is one of the best Jokers ever. But I would argue Keaton could have been a really good Joker too. But I am one of those Batman fans who's really big on the whole Batman not killing criminals thing. And it's why my personal favorite versions of him are the animated series from the 90s, the Arkham game series, which technically that's the same thing because Kevin Conroy voiced both, and we lost again.
The spirits of this land do not favor us.
But guess what? There's one more part of this operation.
From where we came, back across the desert. And if they dare to
And I'll probably have to end once this is over.
Once the British had secured the vital
See, and that's the thing.
Into the depths of the Sinai
Hey,
desert.
Batman, as I prefer it, still has faults and all that. He's still clearly got severe psychological issues about what happened to his parents, given the whole becoming Batman thing. I'm really big on the whole. Technically, it's Wednesday now, tall ship, at least where I am, but... Yep, here we are at the Sinai Desert. Oh, by the way, Cosmo, did you have any luck with the stuff you needed to do earlier? Oh. Well. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upstage that, Cosmo. I really didn't. And I honestly thought it... I honestly thought it was gonna be something right after the cooking stream, but... Okay. Well, wait for tomorrow then. But yeah, like I was saying, my favorite versions of Batman are the 90s animated series and the Arkham game series, which technically that's the same one. Just a little more grit in between the two, but Kevin Conroy voicing Batman.
This desert is ours. Here we are the masters.
Here we go.
So it will not be hard to defend the ancient ruins of Sun Tzu from those infidels. But if they should take them, then we must fall back to the canyon of Jabal. There we will stand fast, or if
see what I mean, Otter, or about this one being really exotic. This particular operation, and quite epic in that it's sort of a big trek sort of thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I admit it, I'm actually a big fan of Christian Bale's Batman. I actually don't mind him as Batman very much. And yeah, I know some of you would go, yep. Yeah, don't feel so bad, Tallship. I missed like 95% of that cooking stream today, mainly because I was at work. Oh yeah, Otter, this one's definitely one of the more exotic settings in the game. There's only been a couple times so far I've been able to make it to a cooking stream of Cosmos, more or less in full. And no joke, those are only because those happen to be Tuesdays I'm not scheduled. Damn it. Yep. Well, yeah, that's the rub. That's the rub for those of us who have to still do day jobs and stream Cosmo. We don't have the luxury of just streaming any time of the day. Of course, you know that way more than I do.
We are losing objective apples.
History's playing out again. Ugh, jeez. I don't envy that. I don't envy you there, Cosmo. Ugh. Damn it. I'm trying not to hit the horse, Cosmo, I swear. I'm trying to hit the guy riding the horse.
We are losing objective apples.
Well, hey, I mean... Oh, hey, I mean, COVID definitely gave a lot of us plenty of free time. Well, maybe not me so
We have
much.
lost the sector.
Okay, I'll be in a tank. There we go. Haha! I'm manning a tank cannon. Now let's blow some shit up. Okay, Kaz. Okay. Oh, cavalry! Damn it, let me aim at the cavalry. Yep. No.
We are losing objective animals.
Come on, give me a clear shot. Damn it.
We have lost objective animals.
Yeah. By the way, no joke, you guys, I've actually gotten to stand next to a real World War I tank once. Granted, it's at a museum that doesn't really exist much anymore. Was in Fort Knox in Kentucky because, well, like I've said a couple times, I live in Indiana. It's where they used to have a museum dedicated to tanks and all that, because that used to be where they trained tank units. And among the tanks they had there was a big World War I tank, like one of those big wraparound track things. And boy, seeing one of those things in person, whew, no wonder the first German soldiers who came across them in World War I practically shit their pants. I mean, okay. Damn it. Now that is technically a French tank, the Saint-Chamond. That's the funny thing. It's actually one of the tanks I prefer to use in this game, which is funny because in reality, it actually was a really awful tank. Because I don't know if you noticed how big the body was and how short the tracks underneath it are. It was a very clumsy vehicle.
We have lost the sector.
Oh, damn it. BRB, guys. Oh, that tank? Okay, I'll answer this, then I have to go grab some batteries upstairs. That tank tallship, that was, I believe, a Renault tank. It was a French light tank developed during the war. It's pretty much the only World War I tank that actually resembles tanks as we know them. It was the first one to really have a turret, and it's had the type of tracks that we associate with modern tanks. But as you saw, it was a tiny thing. It was really a small tank. It could only carry either a machine gun or a very short-barreled howitzer. It really didn't have much in terms of firepower, but it was, when it worked, fairly maneuverable. But now that I've answered that, I'll be right back, guys, because as you saw on the screen, gotta get some batteries. Go ahead and converse. Try not to knock over the camera.
We are losing objective apples. We have lost the sector.
No, tallship. Ammunition break for their controller. No, it wasn't a British tank. I believe this is what you were referring to, tallship. Yep. Yeah, these things here. Okay. Now back to this.
The enemy forces are gone.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, damn. Oh, gas! So much for that mask protecting me.
We are losing objective butter.
Don't get me started on autocorrect on phones. It's especially great when you're trying to tweet something on a phone and they don't give you the option to edit it. Okay. Let's take out the tank. Damn it. Yeah. It's especially fun. It's especially fun when I'm trying to type out someone's name and and the spell checker doesn't recognize it. Yep. Alright.
The enemy has reached the final objective.
Alright, fine. I'll go anti-tank on them. Come on, where are you? Uh, well, I mean, if we hold them here and absorb their last attack wave, maybe we'll win. I've done it before.
We are losing objective butter.
Oh, hey there, RealBricks. Didn't notice you snuck in on us. Nice to see ya. Actually catching us at the last act here, quite literally. This is the last part of this particular operation I'm playing. Take that! Come on. Let's hold him! Indeed it has, Otter.
We have lost objective apples.
How did that not kill you? Damn it. Okay, guys. This might be it. But it ain't over till it's over. Yep. Oh, and just for future reference, guys, if any of them do appear in this stream, I have been reaching out through other discords for promotion. So if there are names that show up in chat here that maybe you don't recognize, guys, try to treat them the way you would me. I would appreciate it. I mean, you guys are definitely my Oh yeah.
We are losing objective.
Actually, RealBricks, you're onto something. This is probably the highest viewership I've had yet. Damn it.
50 attackers remain.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I figure you guys would. I've just... I mean, you guys will always have a special place in my heart since you're the guys who encouraged me to start doing this. And if something ever comes to this, I won't forget you guys. You guys were loyal to me. Loyalty is everything, kid. And on that note, we've lost.
Brothers,
History has played out the way it was supposed to.
Though the British rejoice, these lands cannot be owned. These sands will always be free. Now march back to our homelands and walk with pride.
Though the Allies were victorious across the Middle East, the problems of victory remained to be solved. Clashing ambitions, broken promises and manipulated borders planted the seeds of new conflicts that would dominate this region for many years to come.
Yeah, that's another thing, Otter. A lot of what's going on in that region of the world today does have its origins in World War I, with the Ottoman Empire collapsing. Because you had a lot of people that the Ottoman Empire controlled who wanted to be independent, and the British and French more or less took advantage of them, going like, hey, if you work with us and do some behind enemy lines guerrilla stuff, maybe we'll give you independence. Yeah, that's actually the thing. A lot of my streams, if you look at them, when I don't really have someone here, it's really awkward for me. Oh, damn it, Cosmo, you're gonna make me cry. And we're right about to end this, too. Oh, yeah. I had to melt the two. Ooh, but, you know what? I think I could spare a few more minutes, just chat with you guys. Let me just exit out of here right now. Headphone takeoff fail. Okay. Yeah. Oh, let's turn that off. Don't need that blue in my face. Oh, thank you so much, guys. But yeah, I don't know when I'll stream next, to be honest, because although if this is any indication, Tuesday might be a good day for me to stream. That's definitely something to consider. Aww, Cosmo's so sweet to us. Stop it, Cosmo, you're gonna make me cry. I promised myself I would cry. Yep. So, yeah, as I've always said, I'm glad I'm a nerd, never want to be a stan. Oh, thank you. I actually wasn't expecting much from tonight's stream, I just thought I'd go with it. But this has been the most fulfilling one I've had so far, and I really do appreciate it, guys. Especially with some of the stuff that's been happening with me lately, and I just really appreciate that you're here. I'm glad you can make it too, Cosmo, especially with you giving me that tip. Oh, thank you, RealBricks. Thank you so much. I especially appreciate it since, well, today wasn't the best day at work. It was a short shift, but lately we've been so short-staffed. Short shifts can feel like long shifts, and long shifts can feel like 2 shifts. Yes. You mentioned rainbows, Cosmo. Hi-ho! I like rainbows too. I've literally had this since the late 90s. I've had this a long time. And you can tell he's a little worn, but I still like my Kermit here. Oh, trust me, hey, RealBricks, I believe it. Yeah. Yeah. What are you doing, Kermit? Huh? What? You're not the only one who can mug here, you know. Yeah. I'm so sorry, guys. I got distracted by Cosmo mentioning rainbows, and I was like, oh, the rainbow song, Kermit. La da la lee da la loom. Okay, I'll put Kermit away. Yep. But yeah, I really do appreciate that so many of you came out to see me tonight, because I wasn't expecting it. I was hoping maybe a couple of you would, and so many of you did, and I really do appreciate it. Damn it, don't cry now. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot, because I was on the game screen, you couldn't see shit there. Okay. Yep, there we go. A British Mark IV tank. Yep. And like I said, I have actually seen one of these in real life at a museum in Kentucky. I don't think it's at that museum anymore. Most of the tanks that were there, they transferred to a different museum because it was a museum dedicated primarily to the armor units of the Army, because it was where they used to train. But once they moved their training area to a different state, they basically gutted the museum they had there. No, that would be more... Well, it was slow like that tall ship, but the Mark IV wasn't a miserable failure. That was more the Mark I that was shown at the Somme. Mainly because that one was basically rushed into action. The Mark IV, though, was dependable enough, especially compared to the Mark I. Plus, once they got the Mark IV, they actually started using them in large numbers and realized, hey, if we concentrate a bunch of them in a certain area, these things can actually do things for us. Granted, they waited until the end of 1917 to try that. So, they couldn't really do much with the results of that battle. Cambrai or Cambrai, depending on who you talk to, is what it was called. First tank battle, pretty much the first large use of tanks in history. Basically, the British wielded a few hundred of these, sent them against part of the line that hadn't seen much combat, so it wasn't all shell-torn and all that. And the tanks actually achieved a major breakthrough. They managed to punch a hole several miles into the German line within a day, which was unheard of by that point in the war. And the problem was the British weren't anticipating to have such a big breakthrough, because by that point they had already wasted a lot of the Army's strength in a rather pointless battle further north that had been going on for months that year. So they weren't able to capitalize on it, and the Germans were able to counterattack and push the tanks back. But the tanks had shown that they could work when used properly. And once that German counteroffensive I told you about earlier was defeated, and the British went on the offensive in the late summer of 1918, they had these wielded in massive numbers, along with concentrated air power and all that, and they were able to push the Germans back. Damn it. Went from Kermit to being all somber about history. I almost want to blame you, Tallship, but hey, that's just the way my brain works. I think of somber stuff and happy, silly stuff. Which, honestly, I prefer that. I see it as having a nice little balance. Yep. Yeah. Well, and I'm glad you guys got something out of my historical ramblings. That's the funny thing. I've only really learned about World War I in more recent years. World War II, I learned a lot earlier about than World War I. And, well, World War I, it's not as fun to read about as World War II. Ooh, I assume some of you have seen that movie 1917. It may not be about a specific battle, but that movie was so brutally honest about what that war was like. But, enough of the sad stuff. Actually, yeah, we gotta end on something cute here. So if Cosmo's still there, hello. Yep, got my little kitty. But yeah, again, holy shit, I've been doing this for 3 hours. My most productive stream, and it's my longest stream. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry if I'm depriving you guys of sleep. I really do appreciate that you all came here tonight to see me. Maybe it's the fact that I bothered dressing up in something this time. That might be the key. Hey. There you go, Cap. Oh, yes. Yep, that's definitely the case. But yeah, I hope you all have a good evening. And I hope to see you guys again and sometime in the near future. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. On RealBricks. Come on. Guys, you need to give up the trolling on Cosmo. Nobody's ever going to top the trolling that her own mom did to her at that wedding. That is the ultimate troll. Good night, Cosmo. Good night. Oh, Cap, stop. I'm serious, Cap. I have that Michael Myers mask ready to go over here. Yeah. Ah, yes, Bricks. Wands and wings, floaty crowny things. Good night, everyone. See you guys next time.